especially in the Arabic world.
A little closer and a lot.
Sorry. I was wondering if you could comment on your reception internationally, especially in the Arabic world.
Especially where?
In the Arab world.
Arab?
Yeah.
Well, probably there may be some people who are on the internet more than I am, might even have better, more positive answers. All I think is it's been very good. And indirectly, I know it's pretty good because I guess there were a lot of groups around the world. I had an invitation just recently of a group that wanted me to do a tour of Eastern Europe. And because there was a group of meetup groups, and would you come and make 6 or 7 stops in Eastern Europe? I mean, what's going on? You know, and in the middle, no, I guess right before this campaign started, you know, I don't travel much because one thing is I don't do junkets, and I don't like airplanes for 15 hours either. But when I had the invitation to go over to Prague to celebrate the translation of Human Action into Czech, you know, I went there, and of course, Klaus, the president there, was on the podium as well. So things are happening in Eastern Europe and around the world, and I've seen some very good things in the Arab community here has been, in the Muslim community here in this country have spoken out strongly for me. I don't know, maybe others would know more details about exactly what's going on in the Arab countries, but I do know, back to the issue of Israel, I think we had a meetup group in Israel too, and to me that's always so sad because here we're not allowed to say some things, but even in Israel they allow a little bit of debate. You know, liberals are allowed to say it, but not here. You know, you don't say anything. But maybe J Street will help us on that. You know, to balance that argument. But the whole thing is our argument on that is absolutely right. We don't discriminate against anybody, and we don't want to discriminate against our people, and that is we treat everybody the same way, and we treat our people here at home by giving them national defense but not getting ourselves into wars that we don't need.
We have room, time for one more question.
Okay.
Dr. Paul, just a very simple question. How do we get 535 Dr. Pauls in Congress?
Well, you're not going to. You know what would make me ecstatic is if we had 3 or 4. But we could really have an impact. Just like I told you about the time that I took the 20 minutes and I was alert to what was happening in the Iraqi Liberation Act. But if we had 3 or 4 of us, we could sit down there on days of suspensions and all the junk that they bring up that they don't fully debate, and then I get over there and I look at it, and you know, it's always sounding good, but the last line says, well, if you don't do what we tell you, we're going to bomb you, you know, that kind of stuff. So no, I think to get more people in Congress, I mean, I think the time is right for more people running. And this is one outcome that was never planned, never thought of. The precinct organizations are blooming and growing. The meetup groups are there, and they're deciding who they're going to support. And I think that's going to continue. Whether it will get you a bunch this year, I don't know. But I think we're a lot further along now than we have been a long time. People are noticing us, and like I pointed out, it's not the typical Republican. It's across the board. I was entertained yesterday. I was talking to John Conyers. I don't think he has a Republican district, you know, like the inner city of Detroit or something like that. He came up to me, and he was, and I've known him since I was in before, 20 years or so. We probably haven't said anything. He probably didn't know my name before a year ago. But he comes up and he's been talking to me. He came over and he was chatting with me. He says, Ron, he says, I don't know what's going on. You have more darn signs in my district than anybody. But he followed up. He says, it's almost like a movement. Join the movement. Thank you.